comes your way next.
The city of Colorado. Teams love to throw the football, and you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense, we're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching what the other guy does on the field here today.
Oh, in their minds, there's no question. They are competing against one another, and I think that's what makes this league so fun is when these guys, they know each other, they study each other, they work together in the off seasons. A lot of times they're friends, but come game day, there is no question. At the end of this one, yes, they want their teams to win, but when they put their two box scores up next to each other, there's going to be some bragging rights coming this offseason.
The kicker, Tyler Bass, has us ready to start, and off we go from Denver. Here's Smith to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here comes the Denver offense, set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
Well, it didn't take long for Bo Nix to establish himself as a bona fide starter in this league, winning the position with the Broncos as a rookie. He has all the intangibles, but really what sticks out the most, Mike, is the amount of starts he made in college. It's kind of similar to Brock Purdy. Very experienced at the college level. Let's see how that carries over here to the NFL level.
Here's 2nd and 6. Now a toss, left side, it's Williams. And he gets this up close to the first down, mark him at the 32. Three plays in, and a test. It's 3rd and 2. They'll send a tight end in motion. They'll try to run for it with Williams. They get 18 on that one. Good for a Denver first down.
Each week coming into the game, every team in the league, Mike, places a huge emphasis on success on their opening drive. But the key to that is sustaining possession, converting on 3rd down. It's exactly what they were able to do here, keeping the ball on the ground.
A first down throw for Nix. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They run over center with Williams. And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
It is 3rd and 10. Here's Nix to throw. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
And I'm not sure I enjoy watching any quarterback in the league more than I enjoy watching Josh Allen. I mean, he's a bit of a throwback in terms of his play style. I mean, he's just as likely to throw a 65-yard bomb for a touchdown as he is in 4th and short to run over the middle linebacker. I mean, he plays with such a hard, aggressive style. There's not a lot of guys built like him, Mike, and I'll tell you what, he's a blast to watch.
That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Taking off. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
Now Allen on first down. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The Broncos offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They'll start with a short field, looking for the first points of this contest. And they'll begin 1st and 10. Now he takes off. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
On second down, a run with Williams. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Rasul Douglas. And the Bills force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 10.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Bills offense ready to take over for their second possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Keon Coleman, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And they're going to move this one all the way up near the 30-yard line.
Great pre-snap identification by the quarterback, realizing that the blitz was coming and exactly where the soft spot in the defense would be. He's able to put that slant route right on the front shoulder pad of his receiver, leads to a real nice run after catch and brings up 1st down.
On the ground, this is James Cook. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down, a pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
From the gun, Josh Allen. That's taken in. It's James Cook. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down? There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On third down, it's Allen. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. The Broncos offense ready to get back to work. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. They'll throw. It's Nix. Oh, he's trying to get away, but he can't break free, and that is going to be a safety. Well, that's certainly a way to break a 0-0 ball game. A safety, first points on the board, and the lead is now the bizarre score of 2-0.
Well, Mike, I don't think anybody had that on their bingo card. I mean, for a safety to be the first points of a ball game is pretty uncommon, but a great job there by the defense, capitalizing on the field position and coming away with the 2.
So now, following the safety to open the scoring, it's 2-0, and here's the free kick from the 20. Oh, he's got room past the 30. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. In motion, Shakir. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Here's Allen to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
He's got his man. That's Coleman. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Allen. Looking middle, he's got to complete to Coleman. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better feel for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He gets this to the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Allen. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Amari Cooper was the man he was looking for, and it'll be 3rd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. A design run here for Allen. He'll get a yard or two to the 8. 2nd and goal.
Down in the red zone, design quarterback runs are a handful for defenses to account for. But in this case, give them credit. Not a lot of room to maneuver here for the quarterback, and they keep it to a short game.
Allen will throw. He'll run again. And the quarterback scrambling maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one.
So often the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and that's exactly what we saw here. The pass rush disrupted this play from the very start. The quarterback has all of his attention on the rushers rather than his receivers downfield. All he can manage to do is get back to the original line of scrimmage.
He's got it at the 3. Trying to reach for the goal line, but he's going to come up just short. Wow, that's going to set up 4th down.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get it?
And he will do it himself. He's in. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Buffalo. Greg, I wasn't so certain about leaving the offense out there, but they did, and it paid off with a touchdown.
And I love it, Mike. I think we're starting to see this more and more often in today's NFL. Take advantage of field position. Put the trust in your offense. It's exactly what their head coach does here, and certainly pays off.
Tyler Bass now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bills will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Broncos offense getting set to get back to work. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9 as this drive starts with 1st down. Play action now. It's Nix. He'll take a shot with Mims. And he will take this one in. 72 yards. Touchdown, Denver. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Will Lutz now for the PAT. He's got it. And the Broncos will cut it to a 2-point lead. So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Bills offense ready for this next possession. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw. That's caught. It's Amari. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. Now it's Allen. That's taken in by Shakir. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a 1st down.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
Allen going to give it to Cook. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. To throw is Allen. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Allen to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he will go all the way. Dalton Kincaid, touchdown Bills. What a luxury to have in an offense, a tight end who can take it down the field like that and take it the distance. Shades of Greg Olsen back in the day.
Well, I appreciate that, Mike, but I think it's clear by now that we all know what's the most impactful position on offense. It's the tight end. And when you have a guy like this who can not only make those difficult catches underneath, but who can get down the field for these big plays, man, you got yourselves a weapon.
The extra point by pass is good. And the Bills will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Broncos offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He's got the tight end, Adam Troutman. He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. Quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
They'll run it with Williams. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
Back to throw is Nix. This one to the tight end, Trotman. And he's gonna get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
Here's a ball thrown deep right sideline, and he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone, inside the 20. A big-time play for the Broncos. A pickup of 44 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. On the bootleg, it's Nix. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
To play in the NFL, you've got to have a short-term memory, because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. In this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack in the ensuing play, and they're right back on track.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That is caught, and he's in. Ravon Vele, touchdown Broncos. Greg, we better tie those shoelaces tight. We could be in for a track meet. Great start on offense in this one.
Yeah, it certainly has, Mike, and I think the biggest thing for this offense is how they've bounced back to some early adversity. They found themselves trailing here in the first quarter, and they cut into that lead. I have a feeling this thing's going to go back and forth, and we're going to have some fireworks ahead of us.
Here's Lutz now for the extra point. The kick is good. Broncos will cut it to a 2-point lead. So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. On the return, it's Ty Johnson. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bills' offense ready to take over once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Second down and 3. In motion, Shakir. Now Allen. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. One quarter in the books. 16-14 is the score. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll run straight ahead with Cook. He's beyond midfield to the 45. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Throwing now, Allen here on first down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. On the zone read, a handoff here to Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And it's a big run down to the 10-yard line.
Sometimes all it takes is that one key block to spring this back. He's just so good in open space. And, man, that was a heck of a run, and it sets up first and goal.
Now a designed run. It's Allen. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They'll run with Cook. Powering forward. He's in. James Cook. Touchdown, Buffalo. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Bills will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. They'll do so with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
We'll go play action with Nix. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
We've already seen these two guys connect for a touchdown in this game, and had they been on the same page there, I think they would have been able to add to that total. Unfortunately for them, just a little bit off, and it falls incomplete.
Williams, first down, and he's not done. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. Next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Now Nix going to look to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
I love taking a shot downfield, especially after that previous play results in such a long run. I mean, the ability to create an explosive offense both on the ground and through the air. That's what every single team strives for in the NFL, and I like the way this possession's working out. The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. Sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. On fourth down, the veteran Will Lutz for the Broncos field goal. This one from 54 yards out. Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos are back within a score. They trail now by 6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. Johnson now to return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. On 1st and 10, it's Allen. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
On second down, Allen. And this ball batted away and incomplete.
Wow, that's 2 straight plays now where this secondary has won their matchup, and right now the offense needs to find some plays that just call for easy completions. Get your wide receivers in space. Allow them to run after the catch. Because right now these downfield passes, the defense is all over them.
On third down, it's Allen. He's looking deep for Shakir. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. You can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield, perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To throw again, it's Allen. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
And you air it out like that on these big shots downfield. They're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
On second down, Cook, and not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
Here's a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He's got his man, that's Kincaid. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
That's to Kincaid once again. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he'll take it on in. Keon Coleman. Touchdown, Bills. Extra point try by Bass. It's up and good. And the Bills add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Here's Smith to return it. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. Javonte Williams heading out with the Broncos for their next drive. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. Fighting off defenders here. He'll churn forward and pick up 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Here's Nix to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Troutman. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes. There is a lot of room to operate.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A give, and here comes Williams. And he'll take this up to the 48-yard line. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle. They'll go again with Williams. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle. Now a 3rd and 2. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On 3rd down, here's Williams. They will work this down to the 43-yard line, and that is enough for a first down. They send Sutton in motion. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Here's the give up the middle with Williams. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. Going for it all. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw. And even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway. And it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. A terrific run there, all the way down to the 30-yard line.
The key coming into the game, anytime you're about to defend a quarterback like this, is it's not so much about rushing the quarterback for a sack as much as it is about rushing a quarterback to keep him in the pocket. He is more dangerous when he's able to escape. Keep the integrity of your rush lanes. Rush as a unit. You can see here, when you don't, he gets out of the pocket, and it's a big play.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
From the gun, it's Allen. A pass caught right side by Coleman.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop it.
This is hot toward the side of the end zone. Keon Coleman. Touchdown, Buffalo. His 2nd touchdown of this 1st half. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A tight end in motion now. On the ground, this is Williams. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. It's another run here for Williams. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. try to run for it with Williams. It's Riley Dixon coming on now, and he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Man in motion, heading left. Out of the gun, here's Allen. He's got a man downfield. It's Shakir. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
And after that explosive play, they have a chance to extend their lead even more, and they have had their way. The defense has had no answers for anything they've done in the passing game, and they don't find out a way to slow them down. They could be in for a long game.
On play action, Allen. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Well, that's certainly one way to bounce back here defensively after giving up a huge explosive play on the previous snap. To bounce back and come away with a sack. Now you find yourself in 2nd and long. You can catch your breath, and the opportunity to get off the field has just gone up.
Here's Allen. In middle, he's got to complete to Coleman. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. Greg and I return to Denver after this. Here's 3rd and 7. To throw is Allen. There's that man again. Another catch. And he's got the 1st down. A great job looking at engaging where the marker is and getting there to set up 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
Ball at the 3, 2nd down and goal. Again, it's Allen to the air. And he'll get about halfway there. That's a gain of 2, down to the 2. Third and goal. Throwing is Allen. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Bills. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
Pass's kick is good, and the Bills are able to extend the lead. Still a little time, final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So now this team's offense going to take over just before the half. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Here's a screen set up to Williams. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. On first down, here's Nix to throw. Now he'll run it. And Nix with the wise move there at the end, sliding to a stop, but he's got the first down. They'll look to throw. He connects with Mims. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal. Officially a 29-yard attempt. Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. And they're just gonna run it here up the middle. And he's gonna be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. And hold that thought. Let's get right back to it. We are ready for the third quarter. Safe kick taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. 1st and 10. Allen will throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
Mike, think back to our conversation during the break. We've kind of both asked ourselves, are they content with this double-digit lead? Do they come out and play conservative here in the second half? Well, it took exactly one play to get our answer.
Throwing now, Allen here on first down. Pass complete, right side to Kincaid. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
So far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
In motion, Shakir. Now Allen on first down. He'll find his running back, Cook. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Allen gonna keep it on the zone read. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
In motion, Shakir. They'll throw on first down with Allen. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average. And frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
On 2nd down, here is Allen. He'll go right and find his running back. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Mike, I love studying the NFL and just seeing the amount of ways NFL coordinators are able to get their running backs now involved in the passing game. They're kind of chess pieces. They can move them out in the slot. They can put them out wide, of course, out of the backfield. It's a big part of today's modern NFL.
Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there. And now it's 4th down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Passes kick is good. And the Bills will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. On the return, here's Mims. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. This team's offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Williams. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And he continues to carry the ball well. Another nice one here. But as they find themselves continuing to trail here in the second half, the opposing team's defense is not really concerned about the run game. They need to find a way to use the pass to get the lead and then go back to this run game to close the game out.
Big snap on 1st and 10.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They run over center with Williams. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Now it's Williams. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
The Broncos bringing out their punter. That's taken at about the 14. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Bills offense ready to take over once again. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we've got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air. And with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. In motion, Shakir. From the shotgun, it's Allen. That one knocked away and incomplete.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
Allen on 3rd down has his man. It's Samuel. 17 yards on that play. Good for a Bills first down.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Allen. That's taken in by Shakir. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
All right, Mike, now it's getting to the point where it's almost becoming borderline disrespectful. Despite having this big lead here in the second half, they continue to take shots downfield. They are not content with just running this clock out, shaking hands, and going off with a win. Truth be told, I think they're trying to embarrass them, and they're doing a pretty good job at it.
That is downfield into the hands of Keon Coleman. He had 2 touchdowns earlier, looking to see what he can do here in this second half. That grab gets them a first down.
Really nice throw downfield on that conversion. Brings up a new set of downs. And defensively, Mike, this feels like desperation mode. If you allow them to finish this drive with a touchdown, this game feels all but over.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Allen going to throw again. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked up by Jaquan McMillan.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Broncos offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Williams gets it on the draw. Can he get away? No, he's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
Anytime you run a draw, you're hoping the linebacker reads pass and starts dropping into his pass coverage. That's what creates space for your running back to get going. Well, not this time. The linebacker saw it from the jump. He's able to penetrate in the backfield and take the runner down for a loss.
This one to the tight end, Trotman.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That's caught! And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A big-time play for the Broncos. And even 30 yards. Set to go now on 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. And he's not able to get away. He does manage to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll set up 2nd down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
He'll find his tight end, that's Troutman. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
They'll run it with Williams, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Play action now. It's Nix. Quick throw here is complete. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
Ball sitting on the 3. It is 1st down and goal. They'll send a tight end in motion. They'll run. It's Williams. He'll try to push forward, but only a yard down to the 2. Ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. One more time for Williams. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it with Williams. A dive, and he's in! Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Denver. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4 down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Lutz for the extra point. He's got it. And the Broncos are able to edge a bit closer. So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. Johnson now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. On first down, it's Allen. He's looking deep for Shakir.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays. And frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
On second down, Allen. And off the deflection, it is taken in. And he's going to take this one all the way. 74 yards. Touchdown, Buffalo. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his fourth touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
The extra point by Bass is good. And the Bills will extend this third quarter lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Here's Smith to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. He'll find his target through Jordan Humphrey. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Matt Milano there to stop him. Second and 7. Back to throw. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. Oh, he gets it right back. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times, and I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged a bullet.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They're able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
He's going to tuck it and go. And he's going to slide down with the first down inside the 5.
And this is what you like to see if you're the head coach. Not only does your quarterback know exactly where that first down marker is, he's able to pick up the first down, but then get himself on the ground. He avoids the big hit and picks up the first down.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
They'll try to run it with Williams. And he will dive into the end zone. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Broncos. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bills offense and Josh Allen head back onto the field. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. And that's going to do it. With that last throw, he surpasses Norm Van Brocklin. Most passing yards ever in a game. Van Brocklin at 554 over 70 years ago, 1951. Help from the O-line, help from the receivers, an incredible performance, an NFL record set here. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And for a third time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Surtain.
Look, Mike, the reality here is that he's just not seeing the field the way that he needs to. Now, give credit. A big part of this is the defense doing an excellent job disguising its coverages all game long. Just before the snap, when he thinks he has the answers, the secondary changes the questions, and they've been rewarded with 3 picks for their effort.
The Broncos offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. Off he goes.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
They'll go with Williams. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So back and forth they go as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Throwing is Nix. He finds his man, Troutman. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll go play action with, and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Now Nick's going to look to throw. The second down throw is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Nix from the gun on third down. He finds Mims. It's complete. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
On the bootleg, it's Nix. The open man is Atkins. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Second down, Nix. This one caught at the 4. They've converted twice on third down on this drive. Now facing third and 3. They send Sutton in motion. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that third down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on third.
And he is going to have the Broncos first down. They'll wind up getting the yards they need on 4th and 3.
This is a little bit of a tough spot for a play caller, Mike. 4th down, is it close enough that I can run the ball? Is it far enough that I have to risk a pass? That took some courage to call a run play, and fortunate for them, they're able to celebrate after.
And he will not get in from there. In fact, I think he was shoved backwards a little bit.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
On second down, it's Nix. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
They're in 4-down territory for sure, but what can they do on this one? It's 3rd and goal. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Bo Nix. Touchdown, Denver. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Here's Lutz now for the extra point. He knocks it through. Broncos are able to cut into the deficit. So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Johnson now to return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. This offense making its way back on the field, led by their wide receiver. From the 25, they'll go to work, 1st and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. He'll find his running back, Cook. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
This a must stop for this defense. Facing 3rd and long. He'll try and get there on the ground.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
The Bills bringing on the punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. Now, fair catch will be taken out near the 35-yard line. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. Here's Nix to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defense.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. He connects with Mims. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
He's going to pick up the first down and more. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the two needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the fourth quarter.
First down, it is Williams. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He'll tuck it and take off. And the Broncos are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have first and goal.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Here's a run. And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
On second and goal, they'll give him another shot. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide that'll hold him to a gain of 2. Plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on third and goal. To throw is Nix. He'll try, and he will score. Game on. Bo Nix. Touchdown Broncos. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bills offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. A short throw caught by Kincaid. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
They put a receiver in motion to the left. Allen going to give it to Cook. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense headed back to take over once more. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. There's that man again. Another catch. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Breaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Throwing. Nix. Got it into the hands of Mims. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a 1st down.
Can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Second and a yard. Play action now. It's Nix. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Back to throw is Nix. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Nix, now to throw it here on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
They'll throw. It's Nix. He'll find his tight end. That's Troutman.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that 1st down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
On 1st down, here's Nix to throw. He's got his receiver. It's Cortland Sutton. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Nix now on 1st and 10. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught.
Nice Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Nix. And he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the first down.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
He'll try to run for it with Williams. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. Left side, that's complete, it's Sutton. And he'll be taken down.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. It's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
They'll drop to throw. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Ravon Bailey. Touchdown, Denver. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
Well, there's still some time remaining, but what a sequence of events here, Mike. I mean, late in the game, they get the touchdown that they needed to tie it, and now they can take the lead with the extra point.